Hello, my name is Victoria Payne, and I am currently receiving my master's in human services. Today's course that I will be tackling is coming from the dynamics of group as systems, and I will be discussing a few things today, like the difference between listening and hearing. Also, I will give 5 positive, non verbal nonverbal body language ways that I can have my verbal communication aligned with the two. Um, and also the etiquette that I have for the new wave of technology, far as having meetings via telephone or webinars, so to speak. So, first, I will get into doing or having the difference between knowing the difference between listening and hearing someone. When I hear someone, I'm just using one of my sixth sense, which is auditory. So I'm just hearing what you're saying. I'm not taking in anything. I'm not understanding. I'm not hearing. I'm not listening, so to speak. I do it all the time, probably to my kid, probably to a lot of friends. But for the most part, when I listen to someone, I'm actually tuned in to what they're saying. I understand them. I find ways to further understand them. I'm drawn to what they're saying. I'm bringing conclusions, or giving feedback or observations off what they're saying. That is me listening to someone and how it appears. Far as the 5 positive ways to align nonverbal body language with my verbal body language, I'm a person who talk with their hands. I do it because I want people to feel comfortable and welcome to me. I want to draw them in. I think it's a way of me just keeping your eyes on me, so to speak. So I talk with my hands. I use my body language. I talk with my hands. Facial expressions, if I said something was stink, then I give you the stink face. If I really, any expressive word I use, normally my face and my body language will accompany that verbiage. That's just how I do. So talking with my hands, and facial expressions. I do smile a lot. I smile all the time. Like, I can be telling you that I really don't like you at the moment, but I'm smiling the whole time I'm telling you. I think I do it as a defense mechanism, sort of to throw people off, but still have them listen to what I say, so to speak. Or is that manipulation? I'm not sure which one that is. But that's what I do. So I smile a lot when I'm talking. Not like a sneaky smile, but I do smile a lot. Um, and I do a lot of active listening. I do a lot of active listening when I'm speaking with someone. I head nod, or I'm sitting there letting you know, like, I'm thinking with you. If you're struggling on a word, I'm thinking with you. And I do a lot of leaning into the conversation. So the 5 things that I have is the speaking with my hands, smiling, and facial expressions, in addition to head nodding and leaning into the conversation. So those are my positive nonverbal, or yes, nonverbal body language aligned with the verbal language that I use. And lastly, far as etiquette on technology, when you're like in session with group or whatever have you, individual, I'm not sure, but since we're in group, I would say for group's sake, if you're doing a webinar, make sure that the defects are worked out totally. even if you have to do a trial run 24 hours before the initial setup for the webinar date or what have you, making sure that technology is in place and appropriate. If you're using your phone by any chance for whatever reason, make sure that your phone isn't receiving text messages, isn't receiving emails, anything, all the little chimes that go on and go off when you are trying to conduct a professional task. Secure confidentiality. Make sure when you are doing it, it is in a secure place. There is no one that can listen and hear confidential information. Make sure all parties involved have consented and has full disclosure of what is expected, what is supposed to happen, and they have signed on to be a part of it. Also remain ethical. Don't record anybody who hasn't been notified that they'll be recorded or haven't given permission to be recorded. I think that's the main thing, especially with the growing unethical cases in technology overall, in all areas of the workforce: medical, corrections, education, any of those. Just make sure you, the individual, is being ethical and not recording individuals unknowingly. That's pretty much all that I have for what was asked of the assignment. Thanks, and I will be, I guess, talking to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.